Have you ever stopped to ponder the reason why mountains exist? It's a question that might have crossed your mind while gazing at the towering peaks or hiking up a steep trail. Mountains, you see, are not mere random features scattered across the Earth's surface. They are the result of specific geological processes that have been at work for millions of years. Let's dive into the heart of the matter. There are two primary ways that mountains are formed: tectonic plate collision and volcanic activity. Imagine the Earth's crust as a giant jigsaw puzzle, with each piece being a tectonic plate. When these plates collide, they form mountains. On the other hand, volcanic activity is all about the hot, molten rock, or magma, that rises from the Earth's mantle, erupts, and then cools to form a mountain. So, mountains are not merely beautiful scenery but the product of millions of years of Earth's geological activity. Now imagine two cars crashing into each other. The force of the impact causes both cars to crumple upwards. Sounds familiar? That's exactly how some mountains form. Let's dive a little deeper into this concept. Picture our planet, Earth, not as a solid, unchanging sphere, but rather as a dynamic, living entity. The surface of the Earth, its crust, isn't one big piece, but rather it's broken up into large chunks, kind of like a giant jigsaw puzzle. These chunks are what we call tectonic plates. These plates don't just sit still, no, they are constantly moving, albeit very slowly. Think of it as a dance, a slow geological ballet spanning millions of years. As they move, these plates sometimes bump into each other. And when they do, extraordinary things happen. Here's where our car crash analogy comes in. When these tectonic plates collide, the force of the impact causes the crust to crumple and fold. And this crumpling, this folding, is what forms some of our planet's most impressive mountain ranges. Take, for example, the Himalayas. This majestic range, home to some of the world's tallest peaks, including Mount Everest, was formed by the collision of the Indian Plate and the Eurasian Plate. This collision started about 50 million years ago. And guess what? It's still happening. The Himalayas are still rising even as we speak, at a rate of about 5 millimeters per year. Isn't that astounding? The idea that something as massive, as seemingly permanent as a mountain, is actually the result of a slow, ongoing process. A process that's as violent and as powerful as a car crash, but taking place on a scale, and at a pace that's almost impossible for us to comprehend. The next time you marvel at the majestic Himalayas, remember, they are the result of a colossal tectonic plate collision. If you thought tectonic plate collisions were impressive, wait until you hear about volcanic mountains. Now these are a different breed altogether, formed through a fascinating process of volcanic activity. That's right, the explosive power of volcanoes can create mountains. Think about it. When a volcano erupts, it's not just a sight to behold, but a mountain maker in action. It spews out a fiery river of molten rock, or as it's commonly known, lava. But what happens when this lava cools down and hardens? It forms a new layer on the Earth's surface. Over time, with repeated eruptions, these layers pile up, one on top of the other, and a mountain begins to take shape. It's like nature's own way of building, layer by layer, eruption by eruption. Take Mount Fuji, for instance. This iconic Japanese landmark is more than just a pretty picture. It's a testament to the power of volcanic activity, a mountain formed from countless volcanic eruptions over the centuries. So, the beautiful Mount Fuji is essentially a massive pile of hardened lava. Mountains, however, are not just geological wonders. They are the guardians of our planet's climate, acting as natural barriers that influence weather patterns across vast expanses. As they rise high into the atmosphere, mountains capture moisture from passing clouds, resulting in rainfall that nourishes the land below. Their towering peaks and hidden valleys offer diverse habitats, a haven for an array of species, some of which are found nowhere else on Earth. This biodiversity forms a complex web of life that's as intricate as it is resilient. But the significance of mountains extends even further. They are rich in resources, from precious minerals to sparkling streams of fresh water. These resources, often essential for human survival, have supported civilizations for centuries. So mountains, the majestic high-rises of nature, are not just a feast for the eyes, but they play a crucial role in our planet's ecosystem.